Hey everybody, One Wisdom here. It is 11:08 p.m. on the winter solstice, 12/21/2014. Days are going to start getting longer and warmer. Just we have to go through winter first, so there's that. But just introduced Wave 3 Newlander from the Magic Element Cobra Cadabra. He's actually pretty cool box stock in terms of his damage numbers. I think he'll be fun to upgrade. What we're going to do now is put someone on the portal I am very excited about. This is kind of where I got the idea for Skylanders tag team. Picture when I introduced this guy like Igniter or Flame Slinger riding on top of him and having like access to a new power set or something, or some combo tag team move type thing. I think it's a really good idea. But going to introduce Fire Element Newlander Trailblazer. He of course is joining Torch, who is our other Fire Element Newlander. So also of note, both Fire Element Trap Masters are available, being Kaboom and Wildfire.
The main event.
Okay, that's a good voice for him. 7 fire Skylanders elemental power increased. His fire looks wicked cool, so he's got that going for him already. We're gonna come over here and go to my base stats spreadsheet. Try to find fire. There we go. Trailblazer. All right, let's go ahead and do that first. Actually, I like this guy already. Hopefully he doesn't suck, because he's pretty awesome right now. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the stats. Max health is 270. Armor 18, that is pretty low, especially for a horse that's wearing, armor or has a furnace built in and spits magic cinnamon. Speed 85, I can't wait to test that out. Critical hit 30, that's fairly low as well. Elemental power 60, box stock would have been 25. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna let you take in these numbers some more, and I will cover his background story for you. One of the best ones, in my opinion. Trailblazer was always hot-tempered, especially when he saw anything as being unfair. One day he came across another unicorn that was trapped in a net, but it wasn't just any unicorn. It was the mythical unicorn, a magical creature with a churro horn. I'm sorry, Unocorn, a magical creature with a churro horn that sprinkled enchanted cinnamon throughout Skylands. Trailblazer freed it at once soon after the Dark Wizard who had set the trap returned, and were very angry to find their dastardly deed had been thwarted. But Trailblazer was much more fired up, for it turned out the spicy cinnamon from the churro horn had somehow rubbed off on him and mixed with his elemental fire. So he was literally set ablaze with fury. He then ran fiery circles around the wizards, forcing them to flee and never return. After realizing his newfound fury could be used to fight evil everywhere, Trailblazer sought out the Skylanders, who immediately welcomed him as a member. So, very cool story there. It does lead us to wonder, where is the Unocorn and the enchanted cinnamon? But maybe we'll find out someday. Again, I always wish that there was like heroic challenges or personal Skylander quests based on like their backstory type thing, or we see it play out gradually through the course of several installments of the game or something. That said, yeah, we're gonna check out his powers here. Primary attack, Fireball. Press X to shoot Fireball. Looks like that comes out of the unicorn, torch, horn, whatever you want to call it. We got Roundhouse Kick. That is awesome. Press B to deliver a Roundhouse Kick. These next 4 will be his base upgrades. We've got Bring the Heat. Fireball attack does extra damage. We've got Stampede. That's going to be awesome. I love charge attacks. I'm assuming that's what this is. Press Y for a charge attack. Confirmation. Shooting fire out of your horn. So kind of bonus front-end damage as well. And then we've got Bucking Bronco. Hold B to go into Bucking Bronco mode, kicking in every direction. And lastly, we've got Fuel the Fire. All attacks do extra damage. So we'll see how that pans out. Now he's got 2 paths. Looks like this one is going to be, I guess, a little mix of everything. And that one, maybe more bucking, I guess. But anyway, we'll start on this top path, which is Equine Excellence. Begins with Flaming Forms. 2 flaming forms accompany you during the Stampede attack. That's like Ghost Rider type stuff, and I think that's going to be pretty cool. I said rider, as in Ghost Riders, as in Ghost Riders in the sky, not Ghost Roaster and not Ghost Rider, Ghost Riders. So, you know, highwaymen type thing. Anyway, Firewalker. Stampede attack leaves behind a trail of fiery footprints that damage enemies. That's awesome. Reminiscent to me of Flameslinger's Fire Trail. And there's a couple other characters that have kind of left the footprints in the past we've dealt with, so this should be fun. Then we end with triple fireballs. Shoot 3 fireballs at a time. Initial impressions based on what I've just read here, I'm inclined to go Equine Excellence. It sounds really good in my opinion. I'm particularly interested in this. I like the idea of the Stampede, and then I like, you know, the damage from that. And then shooting 3 at once is always big with the fire element. So that's it. I've got to check this one out. This path is called Fireballer, and let's see. I guess we'll figure out what it does. Kick it up a notch. Roundhouse kick and bucking bronco attacks have increased power and duration. Then we've got bouncing okay, that would be helpful. Bouncing fireballs. Fireballs now bounce along the ground and travel further. And then we've got not his first rodeo. Hold B to stay in bucking bronco mode for longer and kick up extra flame dust. So this one's basically going to address the secondary stuff, and on the primary side, the fireballs travel farther. Whereas this one basically addresses Stampede, and then you get 3 fireballs. So basically, top path Stampede, bottom path bucking bronco, and then the top path you get 3 fireballs, and the bottom path you get bouncing fireballs. So that's really the main draw. It's a shame that ideally you would have this option, Flaming Forms for Stampede, and then it would include that you leave fire trails behind you, and then we would have shoot triple flames, and then triple flames travel farther would be like my dream setup, I believe, with him. Granted, that's just all speculative. I don't know the attack damage just yet, but just me picking something, not knowing any of the attack damage, that would be like my all-star play right there. So that said, we got to see how he does with base upgrades, and we'll make an educated decision. And right now, though, we get the Soul Gem, and you can get that with either path. It's called Heat Wave. Hold X to... okay, that's awesome. So I had mentioned that with Cobra Kadabra, I said it's a shame he doesn't like charge up the flute ever, you know. And this is basically that type of a charge attack, just with Trailblazer and with the standard primary attack. So hold X to charge up the fireball attack, then release for a wave of fire. I think he's going to be really good. I think he's a character I would like to have, definitely have a second one of. I'll do the base upgrades and pick, but I'm currently leaning towards Equine Excellence, and then I'd come in with maybe a second one and do Fireballer. So the path name is kind of misleading to me. I don't know. I equate Equine Excellence more with like the rodeo as opposed to the Stampede, but I don't know, that's just me. That's the Texas kicking in, I guess. So we'll back out of there, and now I want to check this stuff out. Alright, first thing first, this guy's speed is 85. Now, if this was SSA, he would be maxed Stealth Elf fast. That said, they've changed the scale, and you know, the numbers aren't what they used to be, but 85 is very, very high, and I want to see just how quick he is. I think he's faster than the animation seems, but he's not quite what I was hoping speed-wise. I do like the hooves. I can't hear them to see if they change sounds based on the texture you're on. They definitely do in the water. Again, I have the TV, I've just got the headset on so I don't hear it, but it's not a big deal. What is a big deal is the attack damage numbers, and we begin with Fireball. We're going to press attack 1 to shoot a fireball. Decent range, I'd say like middle of the pack. You can fire them off basically as the other one is about to land. The first one's about to land. Wow. That's not critical, so we should have a 105 on the critical side. Let's just start spamming them. I'm shooting these as fast as I possibly can now. And that's kind of the damage output we get. So 70 to 105, that is super good. And now the question is, what does roundhouse kick do? Press attack 2 to deliver a roundhouse kick. That's B. Okay, cool. This guy is, he does not disappoint. Let's see what the damage number is. I'm thinking it's got to be higher than 70. 60 to 112. Wait, that might have been from the wave. Okay, so there's a 60 to 75, and then there might be like a 90 to 112 on the critical side. Yeah, there was a 90, so 60 and then 75 is what he finishes with, which I'm guessing is from the fire. And then the 90 is the critical on 60, 112 the critical on the 75, which is the fire. Let's see if I face him. I'm trying to just set it up and get another 75 so we can confirm that. I guess that's better suited for his upgrade video. Okay, so that was kick only. Yeah, I think it's 60 on the kick and 75 on the fire that comes after it, is the way I'm kind of picking up on it. So, pretty impressive box stock, this guy. I can't wait to get Stampede. I am absolutely going to love that. He's got a sweet jump animation. It's just like a bucking bronc at the rodeo. So, I like this guy. I think I'm going to really enjoy him. And again, I do think I'm going to wind up with a second one for sure on him. So, let's see here. Anything else I can show you? The jump attack. That's the fireball. Again, that'll kind of come in handy if you got enemies on a ledge or something like that. And then if you do roundhouse kick while jumping, you apparently can't activate that, which is understandable. It tends to just be the primary attack. So this is Trailblazer. His slogan, again, the main event. I agree with that. I think he's going to be quite the addition to the fire element here. I think I'm probably going to go ahead and upgrade him tonight. I'm very, very excited about this. Again, in particular, Stampede. So, next time I venture out into the Christmas crazy public, I will attempt to brave the crowds and acquire a second Trailblazer. So, I used to do that with every character in Giants and Swap Force, and the fact of the matter is that gets really, really expensive. And now I try to do it with like my favorites, and then if there's a character, you know, that I don't know about or something, and I play them and I'm like, wow, this is a lot of fun. Other path looked really good. I might test it out and then buy it, but usually I go out and get it. Like Elite Terrapin, for example, costs a lot of money, but he's my favorite character. Both of his paths are awesome. If he had like a horrible path, I wouldn't have bought a second one, but both paths are good. I bought two, and you know, it adds up fast. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. So, that said, this was Trailblazer. I am very excited about him and Cobra Kadabra, in particularly Trailblazer. Cobra Kadabra is actually looking better than I thought he would be, but Trailblazer I had hyped up in my own personal head, and I think he is going to deliver. So I'm pretty excited about that. But I'm going to get these videos processing. Next introductions will be Kaboom. I'll go ahead and do him so we keep the fire vibe going, and then I will introduce Tough Luck. So stay tuned for those guys. Again, this was introduction number 39 already, and I've still got a few characters I haven't done. The minis, mainly minis there. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that. As a subscriber, you will be the first to know when new videos go live. Follow me on Twitch. I will be live streaming the snot out of Trap Team very soon. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Once again, thanks for watching, and for myself and Trailblazer, we will catch you back here with Kaboom.